What's up everybody, Maik Wiedenbach here giving tips, and the tips today are about how to win the jackpot. No, don't bother with that. There's a bigger chance you become Mr. Olympia overnight than win this jackpot. No, seriously, I looked up the odds. So anyways, back to topic, sets. Michael, how many sets should I do? Well, let's start with the obvious. More sets are better than one, okay? So the more sets somebody does, the higher the results. However, sets are the single biggest danger or tool in terms of overtraining. Think about it. If you pick a weight that's too heavy, what's gonna happen? You can't lift it, right? So there's no way you can overtrain from it. But if you do too many sets, like where are you stopping, right? So like if 6 sets are good, then 16 must be awesome, precisely, right? So that brings me to recovery matters, right? How do you measure recovery? Well, you know, in the old days when we were swimming, we got swabbed for tests and cortisol, but that's not practical for civilians. So, like I said, you can use your resting heart rate. So in the morning you wake up, you have your phone or whatever, or you measure, 60 seconds, and let's say you're always at 60 beats, right? But then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you wake up, you're at 66. Well, that shows you that you're off, right? So take a day or cut it in half. And then, like I have this getaway, the grip strength is directly related to your recovery. So you take any scale, and so now I'm squeezing where normally the feet would be, so which gives me like this number, like of, I don't know, 56 or whatever this case may be, right? So I take that number and I compare it. If I'm always at 56, within a couple, fine. But if one day I drop down to 41, I know I'm not ready to train, okay? So that's the recovery. Now, inversely to that, the more sets you do, the better of an anabolic, thank you, I'll be here all day, response you're getting. So more sets, they equal more testosterone, more growth hormone, which of course is beneficial to a trainee, but it's not worth overtraining. So recovery comes first, okay? Next point, sets are inversely related to the amount of exercises. So you can either do a lot of sets for one exercise, but then you do fewer exercises, or you do fewer sets per exercise, but then you can do more exercises. But you can rack up the volume indefinitely, right? The number of sets is also inversely related to the number of reps, meaning some exercises like, I don't know, clean and press or the deadlift, might want to stick with 5 reps, right? But then you can do 5 sets, because that total would be only 25 reps. Whereas curls, you could do like 3 by 12, but you wouldn't do 12 clean and press because it's too complicated, okay? Another thing to keep in mind, sets are also related to the metabolic work that's required. So obviously a set of squats or walking lunges creates way more metabolites in the body than side raises, right? So you can do more auxiliary work as opposed to the big exercises. And then there's also range of motion. So, for me, having long arms, doing some sort of a clean and press, there's a lot of movement as opposed to an overhead press where I'm just doing from here to here, right? So yes, I'm training my shoulder with both, but this is much more stressful than doing this. So I would adjust my sets according to that. See what else I have. This I have. Metabolic cost. I'm doing great. Yeah, so the last thing is just that the amount of sets, and this kind of touches upon recovery, is directly related to sleep, food, supplementation, and in some cases, of course, drugs, right? So keep in mind, sets are great, but too many sets will overtrain you. Measure your recovery and manage your sets smartly. Like, think about it. How much metabolic work does this require? How much is my range of motion? If the range of motion is relatively small, you can do more. What do I want? So for instance, sometimes when I train chest, I get a lot out of cable flies and presses. And sometimes that's all I do, 10 sets of each, right? And I feel that's sufficient. Whereas with my back, I feel I need way more grips, right? I need wide, medium, all that kind of thing. So I do maybe 7 exercises, but I would only do 3 sets. So the total is about the same with 20 sets, give or take. But it's split up differently, okay? As always, if that was too confusing, I'll be happy to coach you in person. Subscribe, like the videos. And with that, if you're playing the Mega Millions and the Powerball, best of luck. Don't forget about me if you win it. Mike out.